Uh, hey, good morning, good evening, good whatever you are. Thank you for joining with us. I am Michael Tanner. I'll be with you for about 30 minutes. We are doing a show. Yes, this is the show. And tonight we've got like so many great things to talk about. We've got the general economy. We've got let's go on down our list real quick. We've got the general economy. We've got a bullish chart pattern. Maybe XRP at $9, $10, $11. We might be able to see that. And let's see what else is we got. We got some Bitcoin news and a bunch of stuff indicating positive market indicators. We're going to talk a little bit about the U.S. economy, according to the Bureau of National. Sorry, Bureau of Economic Analysis, and some stuff that you just don't really hear on the news because they don't do the job. And we're here to do the job for you. So you just hang in there, and maybe in a little bit we'll have some Harris come in and talk to us a little bit about other factors that are happening in cryptocurrency, and we have some charts to show and some other things. So let's just start getting at it, okay? First story comes up from Cointelegraph. Bitcoin it's at 100 grand, right? Not seller, but it's been relatively quieter last week, indicating that the bulls and the bears are not waging large bets on directional move. The market seems limited upside for the asset in the short term, likely due to the absence of a specific BTC reserve announcement. Yeah, so what said on-chain options protocol derived founder Nick Foster on January 25th. Analysis noted viewed by Cointelegraph. For more bullish projection came from CryptoQuant contributor IT Tech, who said that in a January 24th analysis, note that the Bitcoin long-term Bitcoin holders, LTH, those who have held Bitcoin for more than 155 days, right, for more than half a year, can continue to buy on declines and short-term holdings. So what they're doing is it's like if you take a breath, right, and you relax, right. So when you take a breath, when people are pushing out the air, they invest in, and that's good part of this. So they're not really selling, they're still holding, and they're just waiting for it. Come on, and they're trying to see if we can get some big moves out of it. So Bitcoin continued to buy on declines, as I said, and analysis are divided on Bitcoin's prospects to the near term, and the same case with altcoin seasons. While some expectations of altcoin to start outperforming in 2025, crypto analyst Ali Martinez has different opinion. Ali said that on the X that massive supply of 36.4 million altcoins currently, compared to less than 3,000 during the 2017 to 2018 alt season, reduces the possibility of sustained altcoin outperformance. Will Bitcoin break out into the all-time high? People are really going and saying it's very possible. It's going, it's been kissing nearly 110, right? And people are saying, well, it's got to break the 110 level to go. Once it does that, it goes straight to 126. So if we're looking at Bitcoin at 126, and you're sitting there and you say, and these people have been holding for 155 days. Well, they've held Bitcoin since it was like 65K. And so what's happened is, and a lot of people who joined the channel and really talk to us about it, see the Bitcoin being in that area. So they go from 126 and they're looking at 150. And this is kind of dependent on bad news in the United States economy. In other words, Bitcoin won't go up unless inflation starts kicking in. When inflation starts kicking in, we're going to see a lot of action in the market, in my opinion. We'll see what happens, and we'd have to know. So Bitcoin price analysis. So Bitcoin is squeezed between the 20-day exponential moving average of 101K and the overhead resistance of 108. So that's like the range between the very top end of the 10%, right? So it goes. So we're looking at an analysis of in the top 10%. So it has to go over the record of 108.353. And if we can see that, and people get accustomed to it. It's just like getting accustomed to a new weight level. It's like all that other stuff in life. People have to break the psychology level, and then they'll start going at it. And the rising day of the 20-day EMA of the Relative Strength Index, RSI, in the positive territory indicate the path of at least resistance to the upside. A break is close above 109,588 could signal the start of the next leg of the uptrend. The BTC USDT pair may surge to 126,706. How exciting is that? So contrarily, if the price turns down and the overhead resistance breaks away from the 20-day EMA, it'll suggest that the pair may remain range bound between 90,000 and 109K. For the few-day sellers, we'll have to yank the price below the 90,000 to 85 to the support zone gained by the upper hand. So the 4-hour chart shows in the last, this is a few hours ago, right? So in the last 4 hours or so, the pair between 100,000 and 109 for the past few days. The flattening of the EMA and the RSI near the point do not give a clear advantage either to the bulls or the bears. A break in the close of 107K could push the pair to the overhead resistance of 109,588. If this level is cleared, the pair may climb to 119,176 on chart. This is just on charts, okay? So on the downside, the break could close behind 100K and could seek the pair to 90K. So what is that doing? So Solana, let's talk about Solana for a second. Solana's sitting at 235. Right now it's at 235, right in there. And has been witnessing a tough battle between the bulls and the bears near the 260 level. So it's priced down right now. So if we're looking at a price down and a hit down right now, Solana being inside that, but below the 260 gives it some room to rise. Also, a lot of the meme coins, the Trump coins, and other things are pushing Solana. So it's like a cart, it's either pushing or pulling. Is a lot easier it's actually being pulled by all their altcoins. The upsloping 20-day EMA 232 and the RSI above 65 in case buyers are in command. A close above 273 could open the doors for the rise of the 296 level, and this may pose a strong challenge if cleared. So USDT pair could rise to $375. Okay, so the optimistic view will be negated in the near term. We have to look at that. And if the price turns down and the breaks below 229, the pair may drop below the 50-day simple moving average of 212 and eventually to 180. That's the negative news. But in this upside administration going for all the other things that are going on. By the way, we've got actual live information of what U.S. senators are trading in the markets, and we can get that to you. You just need to leave some comments, and we'll leave a link for you there. We only have 30 minutes, and so we're just got to keep moving. Anyway, so Chainlink. Let's talk about the Chainlink, okay? Chainlink is at $23, okay? Normally, like 25. It's right in there. It hasn't moved very much, okay? But it's facing a selling at $27.41. But the positive sign is that buyers have not ceded much ground to the sellers. In the 20-day EMA, 2391 is turning up, and the RSI in the positive territory, indicating that the bulls have the edge. If the price rises above $27, about $27.41, the momentum could pick up, and the Link USD pair may rally to $31, subsequently to $33.36. So if you're holding that and you're looking for a $10 rise, that's not that out of hand. But Chainlink has been, in the past little while, it's been really kind of stable if you look at the chart. But in the last little while, you can see a lot of activity in the past few weeks, right? So if we look at that chart, right, and we just look at from December to February, we can see a really kind of a monstrous rise. So it was going above 18. It comes in here. It's between the 20 and the 27. We gotta take a look at that. So that might be something you might want to take a look at just when you get some time for yourself. Okay, so we're looking at this. We're looking at all this stuff. There's something Mantra price analysis. Now Mantra's at $4.63, and it surged above the $4.63. It says overhead on January 26th. But the bulls are struggling to sustain higher levels. So if we look at that, if the price closes between or below $4.63, bears will try to pull the OM/USDT pair towards the moving averages. If they manage to do that, it will suggest that the pair could remain inside $4.63 to $3.39 range for some more time. Instead, the price closes above $4.63. It'll indicate that the buyers are in control. The bulls will then try to overcome the barrier at $5.11, starting in the next leg of the rally to $5.87, and after that to $6.32. So we've got a lot of stuff to do. But we gotta push on. So are we looking at bullish chart? Everybody pull up your XRP charts right now. If you want to get involved and you want to talk on about this, I'm really am willing to. Just leave a comment below, leave a like, subscribe, all that's great YouTube stuff. It really does help the channel. But most of the time, let's look at the charts for XRP. So if you have to, I'll give you a second. Okay. So XRP seems to have lost the push towards the $4 mark, showing stability in the short term. However, the asset is a technical setup, hints at a potential 200% rally. And this is same with this XRP and Ethereum are kind of like in the same kind of thing, I think. Anyway, specifically, one indicator is the Fibonacci extension tool paints bullish picture of that XRP can hit the $9 mark as the asset seeks to achieve a higher gains following the multi-year consolidation below the $1 mark. And according to analysis shared by the great Matsby in the X post on January 25th, for XRP to reach, hello, is somebody just joining with me? That is amazing. Just 1 second. I'll be right with you. Anyway, XRP to reach the $9 target is most first outcome resistance levels. The immediate hurdle is the 350 psychological level reinforced by price action. So let's see who's with us today. Did we get anybody? I don't know. We have to look though. So if you just join with me and I'm not looking, it's my fault. So yeah, anyway, nope. Okay. Anyway, so I just got a little bit of a note. Anyway, so beyond the five, so we were talking about the psychological level of XRP being at $3.50. Now I have a little bit, but it's been frustrating because you want XRP to do better, but it's been really stable and it's been like this. Okay, we've always done this, so we always will do this. But beyond that, there's a $5.89 represents the next critical resistance, a level that aligns with the $1 and with the 1.618 Fibonacci extension, finally breaking through to $7.20, which coincides with the $2 with the 2.272 extension. Would pave the way for XRP to target the 2.618 extension at $9. So if you look at the chart, it's kind of like a triangle. If you pull it up, so you got to get your charts. You got to look at it and you say, okay, what's more than likely? Okay. Meanwhile, XRP consolidates at the $3 mark. Carl Moon's analysis on January 26th X post provided insights as to what to expect for the short term for Ripple affiliated token. In this line, if XRP embarks on the bullish rally, it could hit $3.40 in the short term, followed by a medium term surge to $4.20. This outlook is based on the fact that XRP's price action is tightening within the symmetrical triangle and on the 4-hour chart. Notably, this formation signals a breakout. So we're trying. Can we get to $9? Can we get to 10? Can we get to 11 with XRP? I'd like to see what you're going to say. Send us a message. Get with us and leave a message in the chat. All right. So aside from the technical element, XRP is surrounded by other fundamentals like inflation, its influence of its price, with the regulatory aspect among the top. Ongoing Ripple and Securities Exchange Commission (SEC) case remain a focus, considering that the regulator has appealed a previous ruling in favor of the blockchain firm. Anticipation of the matter has highlighted the focus, and following a closed meeting in January 23rd, where the agency likely discussed the enforcement actions, including Ripple lawsuit. All right. So we just have that, and we're almost halfway through the show. See how fast this goes? It's just so fast. It's crazy how fast this goes. So one of the things that we have to do is we have to pay the bills. So I'm going to be right back. We're going to go. Just hang in there 36 seconds after the loop.
Struggling to manage your business expenses with cash alone? With TC Barter, trade credits are easier to earn than cash, and they help you conserve what matters most. Use your trade credits to access goods and services while keeping your cash for the important things. Whether it's paying taxes, loans, mortgage, utilities, or your team, TC Barter helps you save where it counts. More flexibility, more control, more opportunities for your business to thrive. Download the TC Barter app now and start trading smarter today.
All right, that is amazing. We got a sponsor, TC Barter. They're on board, and we're looking for more sponsors. So the second that we do, it's not that expensive. It costs a little bit of cryptocurrency because we take that here. Anyway, so one of the things that we're going to be looking at also is we're going to look at some of the economic headwinds in the economy. Now, the U.S. economy saw a 3.1% growth in real GDP in the third quarter of 2024, driven by an increase in consumer spending, exports, business investment, federal government spending. However, it also imports also increased. So it subtracts from the GDP calculation. So you got more things going on, but then you're importing more stuff. So what are we going to do about tariffs and other things? The problem is that tariffs are going to increase the cost of things because it's not like it just one way anymore. It's not like we got boats that go 3 months. Once they come, we make the trees and we export those trees to Britain anymore. And then they only send us back finished goods. It's both sides of the border, because both sides of the border a lot of times are the ones that, so we'd be taxing one side and the other one be taxing and go the other way. It's just crazy right now, and that's the way the market is right now. So the U.S. economy is seeing according to the U.S. economy at a glance, from perspective from the Bureau of Economic Analysis. Yes, we're using sources. I know it's shocking, right? Talking about crypto, we're using sources. Real gross domestic product, GDP, increased the annual rate of 3.1% in the third quarter of 2024, according to the third estimate. In the second quarter, real GDP increased 3%. The increase in the third quarter primarily reflected the increase in consumer spending, exports, business investment, and federal government spending. Now, imports, which are subtraction to the calculation of GDP, increased. Now, there's some scary stuff that's going on with the way the government's spending its money. So the U.S. current account deficit widened by $35.9 billion, or 13.1%, to $310.9 billion in the third quarter of 2024, according to statistics released today by U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis. The revised second quarter deficit was $275 billion. The third quarter deficit was 4.2% of the current dollar gross domestic product, up from 3.7. Sorry, I was looking at it wrong. 3.7% in the second quarter. Now, if we're going to be doing this kind of, this is just like over the budget, and a lot of this has to do with politics and stuff like that. But what happens is they're not doing a budget, so we always have cost overruns and all this other crap that happens. But what that really does is it's going to cause inflation, because it's just a matter of time. Okay, it's just like, look at your credit card, look at how much you're spending, right, and then spend 13% above that. That's all the money that you're going to be doing. Okay, so U.S. international trade and goods in November of 2024, the U.S. monthly international trade deficit increased in November 2024, according to U.S. Bureau of Economics Analysis and the U.S. Census Bureau. The deficit increased from $73.6 billion in October, revised to $78.2 billion in November, as imports increased more than exports, and the goods deficit increased $5.4 billion in November to $103.4 billion. The services surplus increased $0.9 billion in November to $25.2 billion. So that's really interesting that there's actually a service surplus, that we're providing services that's providing an economic driver for this. So what are we going to be doing? Okay, and what we have to do in the United States is we have we have people out there that want to invest in the United States economy. So, and part of that is crypto. Part of that is just regular money, whatever. I'm really excited that we can see some of that. So expenditures of foreign direct investment to acquire, establish, or expand U.S. businesses total $148.8 billion in 2023. And according to preliminary statistics today by the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, expenditures decreased by $57.4 billion, or 28%, from $206.2 billion in 2022, and we're below the annual average of $265.6 billion from 2014 to 2022. As the previous years of acquisition of existing U.S. businesses accounted for most of the expenditures. So we're doing good. We're doing better, but it's not really going well. So I would say let's take a look. Okay, we've got several states, right? But I'm in but we're states that are changing the most, right? The real GDP percent change in annual rate for 2024 Q2. So we're going to see states like Idaho and Utah and Texas, Arizona, Mississippi, Alabama. Okay, we're seeing Wisconsin and West Virginia. Okay, we're seeing Vermont. All right, things that aren't changing that are in the negative zone, right? So we're Nevada. Okay, we're seeing Louisiana. We're seeing places that got hit by hurricanes. We're seeing Alaska, Hawaii. Okay, we're seeing a lot of those places not do as well. And this has got to change, because we all need to work together to as a country to make this place a better place. And so let's look at the gross domestic product. In 2023, the real gross domestic product increased from in 235. This is the United States. 2,357 counties, decreased in 734 counties. So it's unchanged in 23 counties. So that's really good. The percentage change in the real GDP ranged from 125.8% in Throckmorton County, Texas, to minus 39.6% in Lincoln County, Washington. All right. So there's all this stuff, and we're going to get going, and we have more stuff to do. So, and just hang in there for just a second, and here we go again.
Running a car dealership requires constant management of inventory and costs. But what if you could trade to save on those expenses? With TC Trading, trade cars or services like maintenance for things you need, like advertising or even cleaning services. This brings new customers to your dealership while preserving cash for more important needs. Trade smart, save cash, and grow your business with TC Trading.
Anyway, let's look back 1 year before now. So in 2024, the economic outlook, actually 2023, December 22, 2023, the economic outlook. So the economic outlook is likely to accelerate in 2024. This is what they were predicting. Effects of monetary policy take a broader toll on post-pandemic tailwind fades. So, by the way, this is JP Morgan that said this a year ago. So we expect the real GDP growth to walk the line between slight expansion and contraction for much of the next year. We did better than that. Also known as a soft landing. After tracking to a better than expected 2.8 real GDP growth in 2023, we forecast the below trend to 0.7% pace of the expansion in 2024. We were doing 3 and 3.1, but the problem is that people don't feel that in the grocery store. They don't feel that right now. But if you're investing, you're doing the right thing, and if you're doing the right thing, good things are going to happen to you. Okay, it's just the way it's going to happen, and you got to plan. So what's going to happen next? How are people going to be feeling? If they're feeling, here's something that's not a shocker. When the market gets a lot of news, when things happen, people start dipping into the market. So the more media press, and they're not listening to the news, they're not watching the news at night, stuff like that. But when they feel it, when they see their friends, there's some excited. When we do record highs in the market, that's when they jump in. That's when the general public jump in. The Joe Trader jumps in there. But the problem is Joe Trader doesn't invest during the off time. We want to invest in the dip. So what we'd like to do is that's what's happening on Bitcoin right now. People are investing in the dip and they're holding on and they're trying really hard just to wait, and they're holding a breath because they're saying, come on, it's gone 65,000 the past few months to 90 to 110,000. And I've been buying into these dips, and I've been waiting. I've been a good boy. Let's go. Come on. And so it's been doing is it's been going sideways. So it's been going, boop, and that's not good for a trader. A trader wants volatility so that they can sell on the highs, buy on the lows, and make that happen. Crypto provides that. So, and I'm going to just go. I don't want to pick on any specific company, but there's a lot of companies out there that are, well, let's just do this way. We can talk about Netflix, right? Just you and I. Nobody else will find out. Just you and me. Yeah. Well, Netflix is increasing its prices. Okay. Netflix is increasing its prices. It had dramatic increase in subscribers. It had dramatic increase in revenues. So why are they increasing their prices? And it doesn't make sense. Maybe they've slaughtered the other part of the market and they say there's no price constraint because nobody is competing with us. Not Disney Plus, not any of these other people. They're not Prime. They're not even in consideration. Netflix is now possibly competing with itself, but people feel Netflix go up, so they feel that a little chunk out of their budget, it might not seem like very much. What's a few bucks, right? But then to that person who's on the bills, in the market, in doing the things, they feel it and they start responding. It's this nickel and diming feeling. Like right now, if you go to Denny's, right, it used to be like $10 a plate, something like that, right? Well, it's $50. Realistically, two people at Denny's, it's $50. It's $3.41 to go have coffee at Denny's, okay, which is more expensive than Starbucks right now, which is crazy to me because the coffee just isn't as good. And also, when you go into Denny's, you don't get to be a single guy anymore. You have to sit in a booth or a table. In my local Denny's, they took out the row where you sit. Maybe it's different in other places, but there seems to be a contraction of service and a lot more price for what you used to get. So these little things, eggs go $5 to $9 depending on what part of the country you're at, and so they really feel it. It doesn't matter what the reasons behind why the egg prices are going up; they just feel it and they're reacting to it. And so we see some reactions for Target did do so well. We're having gangbusters at the dollar stores. So people are still wanting to shop. They're just watching their wallets a little bit closer. Anyway, it's about 8:27 p.m. I want to see everybody in the morning at tcbarter.com. We do that 7 days a week. I'd love to be with you at nighttime. We're going to keep doing this Sunday through Thursday. You can be a sponsor. We can be a sponsor. You can learn how to trade. You can learn how to barter. You can save money. You can be in taxes. You can learn how to save money on your taxes or maybe eliminate a lot of your tax bill. You can be with the advisors and the economic developers. You could be part of that story. Just be here at 8 p.m. tonight, Mountain Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I know if you're on the East Coast, you got to get up and you got to go to work, but it's only 30 minutes and just shut off the news and just be with me. And we'll love to hear from you. Thank you so much. You have a great night. This is Michael Tanner. We'll be seeing you. And yeah, good night, all.